Hi there, and welcome to Ian's Ngauge channel. I'm Ian. Okay, so, hot on the heels of last week's visit to the Watercress line, I've been out and about in the rail world again. Last weekend I visited the Great Electric Train Show that was held in the Marshall Arena at Milton Keynes. This was the third year in a row that I'd visited the show, and I was lucky enough to be able to attend on both Saturday and Sunday as a VIP ticket holder. This meant that I could skip the long queues that were forming before the show opened and head straight inside for some VIP treatment. After tea and biscuits, the doors opened at 9:30 and we headed into the show. It was great to get a head start on the masses, but as the morning went on, the venue steadily filled up. The show was well attended by manufacturers and retailers alike, but my priority was to capture footage of my favourite layouts on display. There were some 30 layouts at the show, but I can't hide my disappointment that there weren't many N-gauge ones. In fact, there were only 4 N-gauge layouts that I found, and one of them was more of a diorama than a layout. As an N-gauge channel, I'm going to concentrate on these first, but will also show a few of the other layouts that caught my eye. Corsham is set in a fictitious location based on the geographical area of Corsham in Wiltshire. The layout is modelled during the mid-1970s, with traffic predominantly hauled by BR Western Region diesel hydraulics. Situated on the lower edges of the Firth of Clyde, Braemere Harbour is the terminus of a Strathclyde suburban line running from Glasgow. Sheringham must have been the smallest layout at the show and depicts the National Rail station that's situated near the North Norfolk Railway. Pettleworth Downs depicts a fictional stretch of rural mainline in the south of England during the 1940s and 1950s. Sugarloaf Summit depicts a single platform station, which is a lonely outpost on the Heart of Wales line and is currently served by around 4 trains a day. Making Tracks 3 models Milton Keynes Central Station and the surrounding area, and is the layout built by Pete Waterman and the Railnuts team.
hope you have a fantastic day here today. A reminder that the exhibits are spread out across the arena, also on balconies 1, balcony 2, which are the balconies to your left-hand side as you look from the entrance toward the rear of the arena. And also, don't forget in bar 3, we also have a number of exhibits and trade stands in there as well. Bar 3 can be found just to the left beside the bar area on the lower ground floor.
Harefield Road models one end of the Metropolitan line of the London Underground. I got somewhat mesmerised by the very entertaining buses and lorries, and unfortunately forgot to shoot any of the Underground trains running on this layout. Smallwood is set in a town somewhere in England in 1976. It features a terminus station that has seen better days, but which boasts a parcel depot and a stabling point for DMUs. Hughesbridge is a small market town located somewhere in the Scottish borders. Inspiration for the layout has been drawn from the Waverley route, as most of the structures are based on those from various locations on that famous line. Other than getting to see some fantastic layouts, it was brilliant to meet up with people that I've been regularly watching and chatting with in the comment sections across various videos. These included Ewan, the Growler at Blackwood Ngauge, John at Piccadilly Model Railways, Jeff at Flint Hills Model Railway, Steve at Route 7 Railway, Robert at Robert's Train Set, Peter at Chelmswood Junction. I also met Timbersurf, who organised the meetup, so thank you Timbersurf, and Nigel, who hasn't started his channel yet, but I have it on good authority that one is forthcoming. Go on Nigel, you know it makes sense. I know I met many more people over the 2 days, and I'm really sorry if I've not mentioned you, but many thanks for coming up and saying hello. It was really fantastic to meet everyone in person, and I think it's probably the best part of attending these shows. With over 50 retailers at the show, it was inevitable that I'd be persuaded to open my wallet at some point, and it didn't take long for the spending to begin. In fact, despite my best intentions, it started before I'd shot a single frame of video inside the arena. However, I'm not going to reveal exactly what I purchased until my next new arrivals video drops on the final Thursday of the month. This will give me time to photograph everything properly and film a decent running session. Other than things that I purchased, there were a small selection of other things that caught my eye. Revolution Trains had some test mouldings of their Electrostar EMUs on display. They also had some samples of their K-type Pullman cars, which look like they're going to be epic models. Their 1938 London Underground stock looked like it was ready to go, and indeed are expected to arrive in the 4th quarter this year. Meanwhile, Trend Tool Technology were displaying this monster. I thought it was a very impressive bit of kit, but even if I could afford it, it would be quite difficult to fit it into my train room. I have to say that I was very impressed by the trees on sale at Primo Models. There were many different types, all available in different heights and sizes, and as such suitable for most scales. They were all individually handmade, so each one is unique, hence they're quite expensive, but boy, do they look fantastic. Okay, so that's about it for my report on my latest excursion into the real world. I saw some fantastic layouts, met some lovely people, spent way too much money, but generally had a wonderful time. My only disappointment was the lack of N-gauge layouts at the show. Of the layouts that were there, I think Petalworth Downs was my favourite, although I have to give an honourable mention to Hewisbridge. So, did you attend the show? And if you did you enjoy your visit? Do you think the organisers got the mix of different scale layouts right, and which ones were your favourites? But more importantly, what goodies did you bring home with you? And did you manage to bag a bargain? Please let me know in the comments section. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have another update soon. Bye.